If you're planning on moving to Cumming, Georgia, then this video will be perfect for you because I'm going to talk about the pros and cons of living in Cumming, Georgia. One of the first things you'll notice when you get to Cumming, Georgia is there's just one beautiful community right after another. We have lots of different types of communities. If you don't want to live in a community, you don't have to live in a community. And then there are various types. Most of the communities that are built like after 1994, 95, most will have at least a swim and a tennis community in there. That means that they'll have a homeowners association and they'll provide a community pool and tennis courts for the people that live within that community. Some communities actually have a swim, tennis, and a golf course, and we call those obviously golf, swim, tennis communities. Some communities are gated. You'll see communities in the southern part of the county, which would be like Laurel Springs and St. Marlow. Absolutely beautiful golf, swim, tennis communities. So that from a community perspective, Cumming, Georgia offers what you're looking for. If you want to live in a community or outside the community, that is absolutely great. Probably the second biggest pro to living in Cumming, Georgia is just an outstanding school system. Niche.com just rated the Forsyth County school system as the third best school system in the state of Georgia. We have two high schools that graduate 98%. One high school graduates 99% of their students. Another one graduates 96%. I think the lowest high school's graduation rate is 93%. And in the U.S. News and World Report, they evaluated the Georgia schools. There's about 483 schools in the state of Georgia, and the lowest ranking high school in Forsyth County was 68. Just an all-around excellent school system. In the elementary schools, I think there's 22 elementary schools in Cumming, Georgia, and you'll see that all 22 of those elementary schools ranked within the top 100 schools in Georgia. Again, excellent school system, and that's one of the driving features as to what keeps people coming back and moving to Cumming, Georgia. Additionally, there's lots of incredible shopping in the Cumming area. You've got some open air shopping centers like the Collection. You'll have one called the Halcyon. Just south of Cumming or Forsyth County, there's also the Avalon. If you want to go a little bit north, there's this great outlet mall. And going right up through past Cummings Highway 400, very easy to get up and down. And then also within the Cumming community, there's also lots of big box stores. You've got your Targets, you've got your Walmarts, you've got your Aldis, you've got Publix and Kroger, lots of shopping, great restaurants. Another really nice pro about living in Cumming, Georgia is there's just lots to do here. There's a lake called Lake Lanier. It's about 483 miles around, and the southern part of the lake and kind of the western part of the lake lies within Forsyth County. So you have basically boating, skiing, if you're into swimming, any type of lake activities, fantastic. Probably about 30 minutes away, there's a resort called Lake Lanier Islands. There are lots and lots of pros to living in Cumming, Georgia. Probably the last one that I'd like to talk about is just the proximity to Atlanta and the jobs associated with Atlanta and in this area. We're really close to Alpharetta, really close to Technology Park. There's exit 11, which is called Windward Parkway, which is a technology center. And you'll see that in this area, lots of people that live in the Cumming area, they will work in technology, they will be consultants. The proximity to the Atlanta airport also just feeds a lot of the employment in the Cumming area. So if you're finding this information helpful, if you'll do me a favor, just hit the like button and subscribe. Each month I come up with a Cumming and as well as a Forsyth County real estate update. I usually release it around the middle of the month. So if you're really interested in the Cumming area and the real estate market, please subscribe, and that way you'll be automatically updated on what's going on in our market. Additionally, now we're going to talk about some of the cons of living in Cumming, Georgia. And probably the first one that you'll hear quicker than anything else just has to do with traffic. That's probably the biggest con that I see living here. And it's not just in Cumming, but it's also in all of the metro Atlanta area. Lots of people are moving here, and our infrastructure just has not caught up yet. But traffic is a pain. Most of the people that live in Cumming, they do not drive all the way downtown to Atlanta. That'd probably be a 45-minute drive on a good day, but if there's rain, things like that, it can take twice as long, half as long as that. Most people that live around here, they'll go to the airport, they'll do hybrid, they work in technology, they'll work at the northern part of the perimeter or the I-285, the outer loop. But the proximity to jobs, very, very good, but traffic is a major drawback. Probably the second biggest drawback with regard to Cumming, living in Cumming, is there's a little bit of confusion because Cumming itself is a city and it's only about 9,000 people that live in Cumming. However, there's also unincorporated Forsyth County, which is served by primarily the Cumming post office. So they all have Cumming mailing addresses, but it's actually Forsyth County. So you'll notice that in this video, I use Cumming and Forsyth County kind of interchangeably. And the reason for that is because Forsyth County runs the school systems. And the school systems are one of, again, the biggest driving forces as to why people move here. So when we talk about Cumming, realize a lot of times it's actually Forsyth County that we're talking about. And there's a little bit over 260,000 people that live in Forsyth County. So that confusion's a little bit, but once you understand and you think of Cumming, it just makes it a little bit easier. Additionally, within Forsyth County, you also have the city of Suwanee, and you also have the city of Alpharetta, just little outliers there. You also have a little bit of Gainesville and a little bit of Ball Ground, all in Forsyth County. The school systems, again, are run by the county. But when I talk about Cumming, I'm using that word interchangeably with Forsyth County. When it comes to other drawbacks, probably another drawback is they call this hot Atlanta for a reason. It gets hot in the summertime, primarily July and August. You'll see that it gets really, really hot. You do get 4 seasons here. And I will tell you the autumns, the falls, and the springs are amazing. Springs, just beautiful, but we also do have a lot of pollen. So if you have allergies, just make sure you've got a little bit of Zyrtec, and hopefully you'll be able to handle it well. But we do get 4 seasons, and the roughest months for me will be July as well as August. Probably another con is when you get these beautiful communities, there's homeowners associations that are associated with these communities. And the job of the homeowners association is they will produce a group or a committee, which is called the Architectural Control Committee, and then they have the right to control basically the exterior, the way that the community looks. So if you want to paint your home, you might think it's a real pretty color, and the Architectural Control Committee might say it's not consistent with the community, and they might deny your ability to paint your home any color that you want. So that really upsets some people. But again, the whole idea behind the Architectural Control Committee or a homeowners association is they have found that homes that are within a planned unit development, which is a homeowners association, since they're similar, a home within a HOA will usually sell for more. And the part of that too is to protect the sellers, to protect the people that live within the community from their neighbors cutting down all their trees, painting their home an ugly color in somebody's opinion, or, opening up and putting a car in the front of the community and just leaving it there and take the tires off and replace the engine. The HOAs will not let you do that for the most part. Just remember that each community that has an HOA, they have a set of covenants. Think of them as kind of as rules to living there. And everybody, if you want to buy a house in that community, you will become subject to those covenants. So when you're buying a home, if there's something that's real specific that you're concerned about, just make sure you take a look at those covenants. If you wanted to put in a pool or something like that, or even just cut down trees that are greater than it might be 4 inches, and one community might be 6, that seems to create some stress for some homeowners. Probably the last real con for living in Cumming is there's not a lot of nightlife here. There's also not a lot of public transportation. So when it comes to bars and things like that, great restaurants here, just not a lot of nightlife is how I would classify that. With regard to public transportation, pretty much, there's a little bit of walking, but it's mostly drive your car. My name is John.Foster. I'm with Keller Williams. I'm a full-time real estate agent. I live in Cumming, and I specialize in selling homes in the northern part of the Atlanta area, which would be, think Alpharetta, Cumming, Suwanee, Milton, Sugar Hill, Beaufort. Those are the areas that I specialize in. If you'd like to talk to somebody that knows these areas really, really well, or you're thinking of moving here and just have questions, feel free to reach out to me. My contact information will be in the link below. And once again, if you like this content, please subscribe. Thank you and have a great day.